Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Jurassic fucking Park. Jurassic Park, what can we say? It's one of the best films ever made. It's in my top 3 favourite films ever made. Ghostbusters, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park. Those are my top 3 favourite films ever made. And today folks, we're going to be talking about Lego Jurassic Park. Set 7695618 plus 1212 pieces. Lego Jurassic Park T.Rex Breakout. So join me on the adventure of going to visit Jurassic Park and see some dinosaurs. And as I said folks, this is set 76956 Lego Jurassic Park T.Rex Breakout. So without further delay, we're going to look at the minifigures, we're going to look at the vehicles, the dinosaur, the display itself, and we're going to give overall thoughts, and then that'll be the review. So let's dig right in. So the first figure we're going to take a look at is Dr. Alan Grant. As we see here, he has rain on his face and his torso, because in that scene, it is absolutely pouring out of the heavens and it is raining and everyone is sogging wet because of the rain. So we have rain effects on his shirt. We can take off his hat, and it has an okay likeness to Sam Neill, the actor playing Alan Grant. We also get another hairpiece for him, which personally I don't think is very accurate. I think I would have preferred the race dance, brown hairpiece, but that's a nitpick. But yeah, overall this is a great figure. In his hand he comes with the flare from the iconic scene when he gets out of the car and he goes, "Hey!" shouts at the T-Rex and he lights up the flare. But yeah, that was Dr. Alan Grant. Overall, this is a very good figure. He's exclusive to this set. This is the only way you can get this version of him. So let's move on to the next figure. The next figure we have here is Dr. Ian Malcolm. He is also exclusive to the set because of the rain on his torso and his face. Dr. Malcolm has 2 faces. He has a scared face, like he's running away from the T-Rex. And then we have a determined face where he shouts out of the car, "Hey!" and gets the T-Rex's attention. He also comes with a flare. This flare is just made out of just a little Technic piece right here. I think that's what it's called. And then we have one of the bush pieces in a translucent red, which I think is very, very effective for the flare look. Dr. Malcolm is played by Jeff Goldblum, and that is a very, very good likeness to Jeff Goldblum. You can't kill the fly. We now move on to the grandkids of John Hammond. Here we have Lex Murphy. She is covered from head to toe in mud from when the T-Rex flips the car. And he begins to push down the car and it starts sinking into the mud, and her and Tim have mud all over them. She has 2 faces. She has a smiling face, which I don't think is appropriate for what's going on in this scene. But yeah, if you want to have a smiling face, there you go. She has a scared face, and what I love is when you take off the hair, the mud is a print on the face, so it goes down all over the face, which I think is brilliant. And it also goes in with the hair. She has an arm covered in mud, her torso is covered in mud, her legs are covered in mud. If I had one little gripe about the figure, she's supposed to be teenage years in the movie, so I'd give her the midi legs. They're short legs, but they move, so that's my only complaint. But overall, a great figure. Now, on to the last figure. And here we have Tim Murphy. This figure is very similar to Lex. He has the buck teeth in his mouth because he's a younger kid in the movie. We have his smiling face, and we have his very scared face. He is also covered from head to toe in mud, which is a really nice detail. I love the details on these figures. Every figure in the set is exclusive, which I love. If we pop off his hair, he also comes with the goggles, the night vision goggles from the scene where he's in the car. He's looking around, he's trying to see the goat out and about from the car, which I think is a really nice, cool detail. But when I have him displayed, I have him just like this. But that was Tim Murphy, the second grandchild of John Hammond. So now we're going to move on to the dreaded T-Rex. And here we have Rexy, the dreaded T-Rex from Jurassic Park. She is definitely one of the coolest buildable characters I have ever built out of Lego. She has movable arms. Her arms are very small. She has little fingers, which are these little studs right here. Her legs move, which I think is brilliant. She can be popped off her base. She's only held on by a couple of studs right there on top of the car and right there in the mud. Her head can move up just a little bit, and it can move down just a little bit. Her jaw will move up and down to give off a roaring sensation. One thing I found really cool is her tail will actually move. So if I wanted to go this way, like on display, all I do is twist it this way. And honestly, that is really, really cool. It's something I really love about the set. I think it's genius. They use like little ball pin joints just to move the tail. They have similar ones down here for the ankles, which I think is cool. But yeah, overall, there's only one little gripe I have is the eyes are stickers. If you're paying 100 quid for a Lego set, an 18 plus display set with printed tiles, might I add, I think like the eyes and the stuff on the cars and this little post sign right here should be printed, but sure, look, what are you gonna do? It's just a little gripe. Anyway, that's the T.Rex. She is definitely one of the coolest builds I have ever done. So I'm going to put over here with the figures, and we're going to move on to the two cars. So here we have Ford Explorer number 5, which is the one that Grant and Dr. Malcolm ride in behind Jeep 4, Explorer 4, but we'll get to that one in a minute. This is a very, very similar build to the one from the Triceratops Discovery set. There's only one or two minor details, differences. If I just take this one down, this is number 4, which is that one there. There's only one or two minor little changes and differences, but other than that, they're pretty much the same build. Anyway, I'm going to put this one back up here. These sets are for later on when we do the rest of the reviews. I'm getting the Visitor Center soon, and the Brachiosaurus Discovery, and then so on and so forth. But anyway, I think that these cars have been highly anticipated. Like we've had like the Batmobile, the Ecto-1, the DeLorean for your minifigures, and these ones have been very, very anticipated. So I'm thankful we're finally getting them. Cool features about the cars: you can pop the roof off, and you can fit your minifigures inside, which we will do now. As we can see here, we have the 4 minifigs, and they all fit comfortably inside. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but sure, look. In the front there, we can see in front of Dr. Malcolm, we have the 2 cups, which were not in this car. They were in the flipped over one, but anyway, we move on. We have the cups, which are pretty damn cool. The sides right here are stickers, and they are very, very nice stickers. In the back of the car, we have the flashlight, which is held by Lex, and that's what grabs the T-Rex's attention and brings them to their car, which is flipped over. We'll get to that one in a minute, I promise. But yeah, overall, this is just a neat little build for a car. I think it's one of the most anticipated Lego car builds of all time. Ever since they announced Jurassic World sets back in, 2014, 2015, everyone has been demanding Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park. We want the Jeeps, we want the Ford Explorers. These are officially licensed by Ford Explorer, actually. But everybody's been demanding them, and it's now 2023, and we're finally after getting them. I know the set came out in 2022, but 2023 was when we got one that was affordable. But anyways, we're going to move on to the flipped over Jeep. So we have Ford Explorer number 4. She's definitely seen better days. One thing I find cool is if we look at the stickers here, they're all neat and tidy. If you look here, they're all scratched and beaten up as if the T-Rex is after attacking the car, which it has. It's missing one of the rubber wheels and one of the wheel guards, which is accurate to the movie, which I find amazing. If you flip over here, you can see the labels all bent. Everything is bent up and beaten up. If you wanted to turn this into that, you actually can't, because they're two very, very different builds. Like structure-wise, the way this is built is very, very different to the way this one is built. This one was only made to be flipped over. Over here, we have a little green stud, which I thought was just like leave and stuff. But if I actually pop the Jeep on, it holds it in place just a little bit. That stud actually clicks into the car, so it holds it in place, which I think is genius. Just on the topic of placing them, over here we have where the T-Rex steps out of the paddock. And the paddock right here has been sliced open by the T-Rex. She comes out, bang, 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 she steps, and all hell breaks loose. But if we look over here, it has two little grooves right here for Jeep number 5 to go here, and it stays right there. Now, it's not the most secure thing in the world, but it's just its little placeholder, which I think is brilliant. So now we're going to remove the two Jeeps, and we're going to talk about the actual display base itself. The actual display base is very, very light. Like, I'm picking this up with just one hand. It is a very light build. Even with all this stuff on it, it is still quite light. As you see here, we have printed tiles. We have the Lego Jurassic Park logos. And we have the quote by Dr. Ian Malcolm saying, "Boy, do I hate being right all the time." Which I think is cool. Over here, we have a little sticker that says Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is just telling us where the paddock is, which I think is brilliant. If we come over here, we have a little sign that says, "No feeding, flash, yelling," which is accurate to the movie. Over here, we have high voltage, 10,000 volts, danger. And instead of a human hand, we have a Lego hand, which is just a great attention to detail. These two little bricks here are for Lex and Tim to stand on. So you have your car here, you have the T-Rex on top of it, but these are for, so you can see Lex and Tim right behind the car, which I think is brilliant. We're going to flip it over to the back. I wish they included more leaves and trees just for a little bit more accuracy, but that's easy modded. You know, you can do that with ease. Over here is the most genius part of the set. It's a chain, and there's a red brick on it, and it's to represent the sheep that got eaten by the T-Rex. That's blood from the sheep, which is one of the coolest little details I've ever seen in a Lego set, in a long time anyway. And you know, Lego, they're against gore, they're against violence. So seeing that right there is like, you just get 10 extra points for that, which I think is absolutely brilliant. The paddock itself is, if you wanted to complete it, you probably could, but you'd struggle. You need like Technic parts to hold, what do you call them, these little bendable wire pieces. They are really effective and they really give off the points. So like when it's moving, you could say like, oh, it's the wind moving the wires and stuff like that for when the T-Rex escapes, which I think is brilliant. Overall, it's a very nice display base. My only complaint is I wish I had more trees and leaves, but it's just a minor nitpick. So we're going to put all this stuff on and we're going to give it an overall thought. Just before I get to my overall thoughts, I want to point out this absolutely beautiful instruction booklet. On the front, we have like grass and trees and vinery around the Jurassic Park logo, which is beautiful. If we open it up, we have a screen grab from the movie. It says, "Bringing the iconic scene to life through Lego bricks." You can see the scene there from Jurassic Park with the designers of the sets, which gives you a bit of history on how the set was made and stuff about the movie. But one of the cool things is, if I flip through the book, here we go. When you build like certain parts, like the light, it'll give you like, turn the light off quotes from the movie. And it'll tell you about facts about certain bits, which I think is just absolutely brilliant. And that stuff is all the way out through the book. If I just have a quick little fly through here, it says one about the T-Rex. I know that for a fact. Like, look, when you build Alan Grant, it says stuff right here. Oh, it's a brilliant book. And it was the same with the Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol. It had similar stuff in the book. And it didn't have this, which I appreciate so much about this one. Look at that picture. Alan Grant, the flipped over Jeep, and the T-Rex right there. And you have the picture of the set right there. This is gorgeous. We should get this in all 18 plus sets. So now, and we flip over to the back, we just have grass and dirt and vinery and all that stuff. But yeah, Lego, do more books like this in your 18 plus sets based on movies. This should continue. But anyway, let's get to overview and final thoughts. So folks, that was my review, my personal review of set 76956, did it that time, Lego Jurassic Park T-Rex Breakout. Folks, this set Is it worth the €100 or $100 asking point? Absolutely. You have 2 amazing Jeeps, 4 exclusive minifigures, and 1 awesome T-Rex build. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, and even if you're just a Lego fan and you just know Jurassic Park, I'd highly recommend this set. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous display set. I'm going to be putting up one of my Lego Jurassic Park sets, excuse me. But yeah, folks, that was my review of the Lego Jurassic Park T-Rex Breakout set. Hope you enjoyed, and all through December we're going to be talking about the rest of the Lego Jurassic Park sets that are available. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.